they have changed his name to reflect in honor of, in homage to, one of the great characters in the history of American television, Gunther Tootie.
They have given him the name of a Nazi.
They all said he is gonna get buried. They even played a history angle involving Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Germany. Everyone doubted him. But now, Gunther has all the right to say,
I told you. Now look at me now. Look at me now. I told you I could do it.
Gunther's rise to the top has been something very special. In this video, we will be looking at the crazy rise of the ring general Gunther. You see, Walter signed to WWE in 2018 and made his televised debut in 2019 for NXT UK. Walter defeated Pete Dunne in April of 2019 and became the new NXT UK champion. He ended the 685-day run of Pete Dunne, which was said to be almost impossible to beat. And during his time as the UK champion, Walter put on classics against Pete Dunne, of course, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Ciampa, just to name a few. And yes, their chests were just a mess. As UK champion, Walter seemingly debuted on the main roster on Raw as he answered the call for the UK's best from Seth Rollins. Sadly though, this was a time where he was actually buried. Seth Rollins and Walter had an impromptu match, but that match ended in a DQ finish which annoyed a lot of fans. Months later came Survivor Series 2019, another low point in Walter's career. For the first time ever, it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, and Walter was added into the NXT team. He was one of the first to step into the ring, but Drew McIntyre delivered a Claymore which caught him flush and Walter was eliminated. This happened in the first 10 minutes of the match. The treatment of Walter, who was unbeaten for the last year, was unforgivable and it was illogical. Anyways, regardless of his booking on Monday Night Raw and on Survivor Series, in the United Kingdom, he was still strongly booked. He was still the champion and he was still undefeated in singles competition. And that was until 2021. 2021 saw the rise of Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov and Walter faced off in October of 2020 first, which was in itself a hard-hitting classic, and every strike from Walter was brutal. Walter won the match and retained the title with a sleeper hold. Imagine the power of Walter winning the match with a sleeper hold. The second encounter between Walter and Ilya Dragunov was held in June of 2021, and this time it was even more brutal. Dragunov hammered Walter with everything he got. Back fist to the back of the neck, elbow smash to the back of the neck. Dragunov won and he ended the 870-day run of Walter and he became the new United Kingdom champion. And what a run it was. So after dropping the title to Ilya Dragunov, what was next for Walter? It was NXT calling for Walter. Walter faced and won his debut match against Roderick Strong in NXT. Now what happened post-match was termed as an upcoming burial for Walter.
The winner of this match is Gunther.
At the time it confused everyone, but then later everyone called it a disgrace. They assumed that Gunther is gonna be buried. Some even called for Gunther to leave WWE and join AEW. But I am happy to say that none of that happened. Gunther was later called up to the main roster on SmackDown and he went on a tear straight away. In the process, Gunther beat Ricochet and he became the new Intercontinental Champion. A championship which was seemingly relegated in my opinion. Gunther becoming the Intercontinental Champion just elevated that title. But the rise doesn't end here. Gunther entered the Royal Rumble at the number 1 position and went all the way, only to be eliminated by the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. He lasted 71 minutes and he broke the long-standing record of longest time in a Royal Rumble match. It was an Iron Man performance by Gunther. Gunther's run in WWE was supposed to be comedic. He was supposed to be buried after the name change. At least that's what the internet thought at that time. But ever since he joined the main roster, he went on a tear. He won the Intercontinental title. He has elevated the Intercontinental title, and to my belief, he's yet to be pinned on the main roster. And right now, as it stands, Gunther does not have a match at WrestleMania 39, which in itself is a shame. But WWE has plans for him. Imagine Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. How good would that be? He's surely gonna be a multi-time champion in WWE, and this has been the rise of the Reign General Gunther in WWE. So as usual, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There is a playlist for the rise of the wrestlers. You can go check that out, and I will see you guys in the next one.